Hello and welcome to the Irresistible Marketing Pod, the podcast that appreciates its cult following, but also wants you to be cult resistant. I'm your host, Isa Gauchi, your marketing confidence cheerleader, that is, your personal marketing director, and emotional hype person holding you accountable to your biggest dreams. I also own the Isa Messaging digital marketing agency for small business baddies and personal brand rebels making the world a better place through health, wellness, social justice, and the creative arts. So, full transparency, I am part of the coachosphere. I am a coach and I have coaches, and I believe deeply in the power of coaching. But I also fully acknowledge that coaching is the Wild West. It's a largely unregulated industry, which comes with its pros and its cons. And the practitioners vary wildly in terms of their ethics and the results that they can actually get clients. I believe that coaching is great when it strengthens your ability to trust yourself and your judgment. It's amazing when it clarifies your wants and your needs and it expands your capacity to advocate for them. It's fucking mind-blowing and world-changing when it smashes through perceived barriers and limits and empowers you to dream bigger, want more, and believe in your worthiness to receive abundantly. It can genuinely change your life for the massively better when it supports you in identifying and taking the massive aligned actions that will secure your wildest, most audacious dreams and holds you accountable to your own potential for greatness, both in terms of personal success and fulfillment and positive impact on the world. However, coaching sucks when there is no concern placed on how it lands. It sucks when there is no accountability for how it's delivered. It sucks when clients' vulnerability is not honored and treated with the care that it deserves. So, is your coach empowering you or relegating you to permanent follower status? Let's get into it. Here's the thing. Tough love business coaching does not work for everyone. And not because you're flawed for that not being a style of communication that works for you. Now, I'm noticing a really concerning posture from some tough love business coaches preaching that I'm telling you the truth, and if you don't like how I say it, that's a you problem. If you can't take it, maybe you shouldn't be here because you're not strong enough / well enough or don't want to succeed enough. And to be honest, this messaging is problematic and ableist as fuck. Problematic because it shows this coach is completely unwilling to be accountable or adjust their delivery even when they cause harm. Even when this type of coaching shuts the recipient down so much that they can't take the action that will get them the results. Ableist for so many reasons. Due to lack of awareness, these tough love coaches might be telling people to take action their physical or mental health bars them from taking, or it would actively harm them to take. And can we please talk about how tough love lands with abuse survivors? Because certain types of unstrategically deployed tough love, that is non-consensual tough love, can fully shut a nervous system down and send people into a freeze or worse. And again, it's not because these people are not well enough or weak somehow or not accountable enough, as is a popular justification for this type of delivery of coaching, but because this is actually often an unethical way to coach people. Look, I've spent a lifetime working with abused animals, getting them to feel safe with people again. And the tough love approach, the punishment, you're bad, you did something bad, you're not trying hard enough, or you're doing it wrong type of feedback absolutely predictably sends an abused animal into a state of deep fear and fractures the relationship with the person. The animal is not better served by hearing the truth. They don't suddenly start behaving. They don't thank the deliverer of the truth for telling them what they needed to hear. And they don't have a deeper sense of safety and confidence. This kind of tough love delivered without an ounce of sensitivity or emotional intelligence does not instill lasting trust in the recipient. No, they continue to operate from fear and everyone loses. This is the type of conditioning that is referred to as breaking, which used to be a normal method of training, but I don't think with all our knowledge now, all our empathy, all our grace, all our study, that this is what we should be striving for with animals or people, to break them. And this is where your discernment gets to come in. Do you want a style of guidance, of mentorship, of coaching that breaks you? Is that what you want? Do you think that is what is in your highest interest? Do you think that is what is most empowering to you? Do you think you will be beaten into submission into your CEO persona or your most powerful, empowered identity? And do you also want people in your inner circle that you are trusting with the vulnerable vision and dream of your business, of your creative output? Do you want to trust that precious, precious vision with someone who wants you to submit? And when you rebel or push back or say something doesn't work for you, just tells you that's a you problem. So getting back to tough love, this very harsh, you're doing it wrong. You're not taking accountability. You're not trying hard enough. You did something wrong. It's just bad. You're just not good enough at this. It's not enough something. You didn't do it right. This kind of feedback. As an abuse survivor myself, I don't really see a whole lot of difference in my predictable responses to this kind of communication, this type of feedback between me and an abused animal, which is shutdown, which is avoidance, which is a fracture in trust, which is a lack of safety, which in an animal you might see some defensive behaviors that might be characterized as aggressive or disruptive, when in fact it's a predictable response to aggressive communication. Now, normally I make a concerted effort to have my blinders on and not pay a whole lot of attention to what other people in the coach sphere are doing, because I want to stay really true to my own discernment, my own creativity, my own judgment. And I stay really focused on the mentors I'm working with at the time and try to kind of block out the noise as much as you can on social media of how other people do other things. But the reason I've brought this rant to you today is because I am seeing the effects of this tough love style of business coaching on people that are being greatly harmed by it, that are coming to me for help after one of these relationships that is an incredibly toxic pattern of communication from someone they're going to for help with their vulnerability. And then to get to the point where we can take the action, where we can focus on marketing, where we can focus on business, where we can focus on systems, where we can focus on creative output. We can't get there yet because there's all this kind of conditioning and messaging we have to undo. We have to kind of rehab from. We have to kind of come back from first before they have the capacity to return their full focus, love, and devotion to their business. And these are clients and these are colleagues who do incredible work helping other humans, whose businesses absolutely deserve to succeed because it would benefit literally all of us if they did. And I don't want these people to quit because they don't have what it takes to withstand cruelly delivered truth without shutting down or having a totally predictable, totally natural, fearful response to being chastised in this way. And I'm going to be real with you. Some people really do need cheerleaders. Hence why I named my signature program Marketing Confidence Cheerleading. Because a lot of people don't have cheerleaders in their lives. A lot of people really desperately need this kind of support, this kind of encouragement, this kind of validation, because this is a gap. This is a gap. Not because they're weak, but because they deserve kindness and they deserve care. They deserve people in their corner rooting for them. And perhaps they've spent a lifetime not getting this kind of support. And let's be really honest here. Not needing a cheerleader in your corner because you already have enough is actually a really giant fucking privilege. It's a giant privilege. Because business coaching delivered with kindness and care is way less likely to shut people down and much more likely to actually encourage people to face the hard things. Now, I agree. Growth is often, perhaps even usually, uncomfortable. But what makes you more likely to feel strong enough to face healthy discomfort? Support and genuine encouragement? Or shame and punishment? Let's be really clear here. I care about how my clients feel in my containers. I care about how my coaching lands. And I want my clients to fully realize they have full permission to care about this too. Because I'm trying to coach them to act in alignment with their values, their goals, their needs, and their desires. I'm coaching them to be able to advocate for themselves, to build a business that works for them. That is, to embody the leadership role where they feel capable and deserving to call the shots. Not to just take my word for it about what they need, quote unquote, when their nervous system is in full revolt. I don't want any of my clients to subordinate their truth to mine. It absolutely can be an empowered decision to defer to expertise in an area I have that they don't. That can be an empowered decision. But I do not want my voice to override their inner voice. I do not want my communication, my descriptions, I don't want my judgment to ever take priority over someone's inner guidance, someone's intuition, their grounded, rooted knowledge about what's right for them. Now, I can absolutely help you connect to that grounded, solid inner voice, that intuition, and sort it out from conditioning, from your inner critics, from your self-doubt. I can help you sort through that mess to identify what's your truth and what's your conditioning, what are your inner saboteurs. But I want you to be able to do this for yourself. I want you to be able to trust your judgment above mine. I want you to trust your truth above mine. That is my goal. That is the empowerment for you that I want, where you do not need to rely on me to tell you what's what, because you are able to access your inner truth for yourself. So, this is part of why I have my signature design for how I approach marketing confidence cheerleading, why I purposely didn't put the word coach in this title, is because I have my own methodology and approach that's really designed with for the person who has struggled to connect with their inner voice, who has been possibly in situations in their inner circle, in their personal life, in their family life, in the corporate culture they were in, where they have been systematically disconnected from their internal guidance system, when they've been systematically conditioned to accept authority's word for it over their own inner knowing. With that in mind, I always ask my cheerleading clients, whether A, they want feedback at all or just to be witnessed. Either is fine. And then I also ask them what kind of feedback will be most supportive for them today. And our shorthand for this is ice cream or chili pepper feedback, which is our shorthand for I need positive reinforcement today for ice cream, or I want to be pushed to my growth edge, even if it's hard to hear today, which is chili pepper. And my clients have full permission and encouragement to select and let me know which one they need today. And this is so intentional because a lot of people have to take a minute at first, the first few times we work together, to connect and be like, wait, what do I need? Or they'll tell me chili pepper the first 5-10 times automatically just because they think that's what they should take. And then I get really excited the first time they tell me ice cream because it tells me they're connecting inside with what they need that day and they feel empowered and confident enough to voice it and name it. This is business boundaries in practice, people. This is healing your connection to your internal guidance system in practice. This is you embracing the version of you that gets to decide without asking for permission and validation from the entire world first. This is you up-leveling majorly. This is you going from employee to CEO. This is you going from struggle bus, just getting by or not even getting by and not getting your needs met, to abundantly getting paid, resourced, working only with the people who are most aligned with you, where you don't have to worry about paying the bills. You don't have to wonder if you can afford to rest or take the weekend off. You don't have to treat yourself once in a blue moon. Treating yourself is part of your everyday. This is deep, important change work that is baked into how I approach marketing confidence cheerleading at every single step of the way. And the reason for this design, for this methodology, for this cheerleading is because my highest goal is for you to be lit up, not shut down. I want you to build unshakable trust in yourself because this is what allows you to take the actions that will actually get you real results in your business. This is what keeps you in the game long term because you are not going to be perpetually burnt out, because you will be empowered to identify and communicate and uphold the boundaries that protect your energy, your health, your creativity, your well-being while doing your most important work for the people it is most aligned to serve. And that's what I want for you. I want long-term, lasting success and the emotional capacity to handle the challenges that come your way in entrepreneurship in healthy, empowered, uplifting ways. So, if you're listening to this and you are excited and lit up by the thought of this, you're like, that is what I need right now. There are a few ways that you can work with me right away. There are a few ways I can be your own literal personal marketing confidence cheerleader. So we can work together one-on-one in my 3-month season of support program to fast track the big, bold moves that will get you big, bold results in your business. You get me as your pocket marketing director with my eyes on your messaging, your strategy, and your data. But also, I'm your cheerleader. In Season of Support, my one-on-one program, I serve as your guide for embracing your most powerful, capable, wealthy, open to abundance leader identity. Or you are welcome to join my squad of big-hearted, black sheep, rebel entrepreneurs building never-been-done-before businesses and normalizing regularly shooting the moon. As a squad member, I'm just one of your cheerleaders. You get a whole squad rooting for you and there to support you 24/7. P.S. My one-on-one Season of Support clients get complimentary squad membership. So, real good deal. If you are new to my world, or you are returning, or you're just curious, You are so invited to my free workshop coming up on April 29th, 2025 on how to make effective marketing when you are struggling with a deep fear of visibility. This is going to be such a juicy workshop. We're going to be talking about where the fear of visibility comes from, how to address it in a compassionate, healthy, empowered way, and how to shift your perspective when approaching your marketing so that you are marketing to your most aligned people, attracting them magnetically instead of falling into the trap of marketing to your critics, as so often happens with entrepreneurs who are disappointed in their results for their marketing so far. You can register at the link in show notes, or if you are listening to this episode in the future, do make sure you've joined my email list so you won't miss a notification about upcoming free events and workshops. You can also stay connected and up to date on events by following or connecting with me on LinkedIn. All right, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay, love you. Bye.